wake up in the morning, got the world on my mind. Bills keep stacking and I'm falling behind. Traffic jams and deadlines, they steal in my groove. Oh, this hustle's got me singing the blues. But hey, we all got a story to tell. Every little struggle, it rings a bell. From the grind to the size, we've all been there. So let's put it in the air, yeah, let's declare. What's your title? Baby, let it flow. From the 9 to 5 to the folks who move slow. What's your title? Shout it nice and loud. We're turning the stress into a jazzy sound. Gossip at the water cooler, same old scene. Chasing validation on the glowing screen. Why's my coffee always cold? My Wi-Fi's down. I'm a city so lost in this weary town. But hey, we've got a reason to laugh. Life's just a crazy, unpredictable path. From the grind to the size, we've all been there. So let's put it in the air, yeah, let's declare. What's your title? Baby, let it flow. From the nosy neighbors to the overpriced shows. What's your title? Shout it nice and loud. We're flipping frustrations, jazzing up the crowd. People cutting lines, rent that's too high. Broken AC on a humid July. Unanswered texts, those awkward replies. Oh baby, it's a world full of sighs. So let's groove through the madness, sway.
Thundercat, can you hear me? Hey, Thundercat, can you hear me? All right. Well, welcome to our channel, guys. My name is Pitbull, and this is Thundercat. We are your host and co-host of What You're Tired Of. We appreciate each and every one of you guys coming to our channel. First and foremost, we'd like to thank you for subscribing to the subscribers. We do have 54 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Subscribing is a free way to support the channel, guys. We definitely appreciate it. So let's see here. Let's go with our copyright disclaimer. Just let you guys know we do follow the rules and we do follow the disclaimer laws. So here's our copyright disclaimer. And let's go ahead and talk about our sponsors. So we like to thank our sponsors, Kiko Creations, Sweet to My Soul, and Ground Star Fitness. So thank you to our sponsors. We definitely appreciate you guys. Thundercat, you all right over there? Thundercat, your volume, can you hear me? All right, well, guys, let's go in with the word of the week. So the word of the week is discombobulate. Discombobulate is a verb, of course. we would know that. But definition of discombobulate is to confuse or disorient someone. Example is her response completely discombobulated me. Wasn't expecting that. So let's see an example of discombobulate. Example would be you talking to somebody and they throw you completely off because what they talking about is basically crazy. Um, I think looks like we lost Thundercat. Hopefully she'll get her technology and join us in a little bit. But once again, discombobulate. I just had some discombobulation just a second ago. My little Zoe, um, my little Zoe just fell over a minute ago, and that really disturbed me. I was super scared. Hey, Thundercat, welcome back. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? So, like I was saying, guys, my dog just discombobulated me because she fell over. I don't know what happened. I gave her a piece of cornbread. She won't ever get any more of that. So that just scared the shit out of me. Like I just lost the dog, Chloe. For those of you who know about Chloe, I had Chloe for 16 years and she passed away September 12th. So those dog lovers, you understand what I mean. Those who are not dog lovers, I'm sure y'all don't understand. But it's okay. You don't have to. But I'm glad she's okay. But word of the week. So that was our word of the week. Thundercat. I think she's still having technical difficulties with her volume. Thundercat, can you hear me? All right, so we're gonna continue, guys. Let's see here. All right, so the subject at hand today is love languages. Love languages versus reality. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see here. So, like I said, our topic today is love languages versus reality. We do have a couple of examples as well as a couple of thoughts on love languages versus reality. Hey guys, I'm trying to get Thundercat's volume up and running. Give me 1 second, please. Thank you for your patience. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where you at, girl? Where you at? All right, so let's see. So you can't hear me? No, I can't hear you. All right. You can hear me? Look at your mic and see it should be down on the bottom. Look on the mic and see if you can select the microphones. Might be able to select the microphones. Can you hear me? Say it again. I heard something.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfect. Welcome,
Okay.
Thundercat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I said before, guys, that is my partner in crime. We still a work in progress with technology. But I'm glad she was able to get her volume on. So just to catch you up, Thunder, we'll go back and we went to the word of the week. The word of the week is discombobulate. And we have an example. Her response completely discombobulated me. Wasn't expecting that. I was telling the audience, the What You Tired Of crew, I just was discombobulated when Zoe just flipped her ass over right here, and I thought she was about to die. Like I was over here screaming and hollering at the top of my lungs because I didn't know what happened. And my nerves is bad right now. Like my nerves is bad. Okay, but I'm glad she all right. I don't know where she at, but it was like her legs gave out. It was like her back legs gave out, and she was just laying there. First she flipped over, then her back legs gave out. I'm screaming. I'm calling chemo. He coming up slow. I'm mad because I'm like, why you moving so slow, bro? Can you hurry up? But you know, for those dog, like I said earlier, for those dog parents, you could definitely understand. For those who don't, it's okay. You don't have to. The point is, I almost died instantly because I just lost the dog September 12th, Chloe. For those of you guys who know that, yeah, I did repeat that, but Thundercat didn't hear it. So just to go ahead, like I said, you know, guys, we appreciate each and every one of you. As I said before, just know we have 54 subscribers, Thundercat. We just made it to our month mark where we started the podcast, so that is definitely good. We're doing great. We're pushing towards 100 by the end of February, if not more. So please share the page, discuss it. You know, we talk about what you're tired of. So, Thundercat, going back to the topic at hand, our topic is love languages versus reality. So, with that being said, let's see here. Let me get my stuff together. Y'all probably like, why she not looking at the camera? Because I'm trying to pull up my iPad and it ain't working how I want it to work. So, what's your thoughts on love languages versus reality before we get into it, Thunder?
I don't know how I don't know. I told you before, my love language is food. So I don't really know if that's a real thing.
If
Love
it's a
like
real,
yeah.
it's a real thing. We're gonna talk about it in just a second. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to be preoccupied. I'm just trying to pull up my little note right here that I have for myself, and I'm moving a little slow, so I do apologize. So, okay, so you said it may not be true. So, okay, let's
No,
talk
no,
about it.
I didn't say it may not be true. I just said, well, I guess that is the same thing as what I said. I don't know if it's a real thing. I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know. Maybe I just
well,
got a problem with the word love. Maybe I just have a problem with that word.
okay, well, we did talk about that before, and so we're gonna talk about it. You know, everybody has their different definition of love. Um, like I told you before, I love love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I love to be in love. I love to feel in love. You know, I love to love. I love to
Right.
love back
Right.
on my,
Right.
my candidate, which I don't have one. So, that's neither here nor there. But with that being said, um, let's talk about these. Let's talk about love languages versus reality. So, we're going to talk about the 5 love languages. So, the 5 love languages are acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and receiving gifts. So, I guess since you said you like receiving food, I guess that's receiving a gift since you like receiving food.
No,
What?
but you gotta eat food. That's not a gift. Like
Well,
we need food for sustenance. We
yeah,
need that for survival. Like
okay.
so so my tropical punch now laters are an absolute necessity. Like I gotta have.
I understand. No, I understand that. I definitely understand that.
What's yours?
Mine is, I actually got a couple of them. Um, okay, so my granddaughter keep coming in here, which is hilarious, and I keep telling her to go out there with her daddy because grandma, grandma, grandma. So if you hear her in the background, guys, that's my baby. little Toonie. So you asked me what is mine. Well, I actually like all five of the love languages, to be honest. Um, Active service for me, when somebody's doing something for me. Or even me doing something for them. So meaning they let's say they have an important meeting or they have to be somewhere else, but they need to also pick up a package, showing active service out, hey, if I don't have nothing going on, let me get that for you. You know what I'm
Right.
showing? That's showing active service to somebody. Definitely
Right.
quality time. I love quality time. Um, I love spending time with my dude if I got a dude, but I ain't got no dude, so I ain't spending no quality time, you know. But that's one thing I do love when I'm in, a relationship or spending time to get to know somebody that could be potentially a relationship.
Right.
Spending quality time.
Yeah.
Let's definitely love receiving gifts, honey. Definitely love that. Um, I remember one time though, I had a guy who um I met him. This was years ago, way before COVID. I met him, and girl, he bought me all kind of gifts off the rip, and it scared me. I had to call my brother, like, brother, this dude done bought me a Coach purse. He done bought me some shoes. He done bought. He was like, sister, that run, because something ain't right with this dude. You just met him, and he's spending money like that. He was like, tricks are tricks, but not tricking like that. So
Oh,
you know, I love getting information from my brother. Why? Because he's a guy. And one thing about my brother, not to put his business out there, I've learned a lot from my brother. He showed a lot of examples of what not to have. So, um, he's probably going to be mad at me for saying that, but I love my brother and it is what it is. Like I said, he's taught me a lot when it comes to guys, what not to get. Um,
wait.
let's talk.
He showed you what not to have.
Yeah, because shit, I can't talk about him now because he's married and in love. But back in the day when that nigga was out and single dingle, whoa, 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 whoa. That
I,
nigga
I
is,
remember.
yeah, he,
I
he,
remember.
he definitely has our dad genes. You understand what I'm saying? So, mhm. um, but he married now, so that's a little different for him. But I do know,
He's reformed.
yeah, he has reformed. I know back in the day though, whoa, bro, boy, I got some stories to tell, but I can't tell them. So,
Right.
um, ooh, yeah, let me stop. Let me not talk about that because I'm gonna end up start talking. I'll be done told his business, and then he gonna really be mad at me. So I'm not gonna do that. Um, but yeah, I love my brother. I have one brother. Um, I'm a single child, but my daddy, Rolling Stone, seven sisters, one brother.
Mhm.
But back to the love languages, because that's enough of them. Not my brother, but of Wayne and his shenanigans.
Yeah.
Words of
Wayne
affirmation.
love language was the dick.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That was his love. Like definitely with them kids and all them mamas. So shout out, rest in heaven, Father. But yeah, you spread your wings, bro. Um, but okay, so words of affirmation. Of course, I definitely love for somebody to tell me good, sweet nothings, as my grandma used to call them. I don't want you talking bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want that. But what I do want is, I know I'm beautiful, but it's nice to hear from you. You look nice today. I know that too. But it's also nice to hear from you, my significant other or what have you. Um, so then let's go to physical touch. Who don't want to be touched when you in something? You don't want to be touched? Oh no, touch me. If I'm liking you, touch me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a good thing when you touching me and I like you and you liking me. But that's if I have a candidate. Remember, I don't have none. So
Even
and
if I like you, I don't want you to touch me. Don't touch me.
why?
I don't know, dude.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and
Yeah.
not putting your business out there, but so you like people to touch you that you want to touch you.
No, I don't. I don't like to be touched. Period.
Okay, so not to even go further, but I'm just gonna give an example. So them fascinating furry black boots and them ruffled goodness of greatness.
That's
What
for
about
me.
those?
That's for me.
Oh, that's for you. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to get me some of them for me.
That was all of that. All of that. All of that setup. That's for me.
All that setup was for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you about the five love languages. Since, of course, I went through, the list. Can you elaborate how your thoughts are on the list, if
Well,
any?
my I know what my love language to others is definitely acts of service.
Mhm.
There is nothing that I like. I love doing for other people. I don't know why. I wish I didn't, because it's the most irritating thing in the world. But I can't help it. I can't help it.
No, that
But everything else, I told you I'm going through therapy so that I could figure out what's wrong with me, because I know that certain things just don't make sense from a logical standpoint. Um, but I recognize those things in others. I recognize them in other people. I could see it in somebody else's relationship. Um, I just never recognize it within my own.
okay. Well, I mean, one thing I can say is, I mean, at least like you said, you act a service for other people. One day, friend, it'll be somebody and we'll talk about love and you in love. I mean, and I pray that is the case because I have been in love. And like I said, when I have been, it's been great. You know what I mean? It's been like, oh, I can't wait to see him. Oh, I can't wait to talk to him.
I've been in love. I felt. I feel like I know what the feeling is. I've been in love. It's just um it don't work right for me. But I've been in love. Like I had the feeling like, ooh, I can't wait to see him, or I want to talk to him or whatever. But um, I always like another person, so I gotta figure out how to just stay stay right here. Just stay right here. Do you know how? Can you focus?
Okay.
Focus. Focus.
Well,
Because when
ain't
I lose focus, here come another cute boy, and my focus
nothing.
like a shiny object, like oh my, oh he's so cute. And it's not because I don't like the other one. It's just that oh,
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
like Biggie said, and another one, and
One.
another one.
Well, that's like DJ Khaled. I mean, Biggie started it, but
Yeah,
not DJ Khaled.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying is another one.
yeah, and another one. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, one day it's gonna come. And like you said, going to therapy, preferably that'll do something different. So once again, because you definitely don't want to be in love or loving the wrong person, because then you're gonna
But
have
that's
to
what happened. I think that's where
where
I
it
think
came
that's where it comes from, is that you end up pouring into somebody, and it's like why did I do that? Like I wasted so much time, and I shouldn't have. But you don't know it until after you do it. By then it's done. And
yeah.
I keep saying that I'm not jaded, because I don't think that I'm jaded in terms of love, because I feel like if it happens, that's beautiful. So I'm not knocking it happening.
Right.
Um, it's just it's not something that I'm actively seeking. You know how some people are intentional in looking for love. Some people are very determined to find somebody and things of that nature. I'm not. Uh, if it happens, it happens.
And I feel that, like I said, ain't no candidates. You know, it's yeah, ain't none. Ain't even no options, or let alone a candidate. Um, but yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. But just once again, which love language, words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, quality time, and acts of service. Basically, how to communicate. Words of affirmation: encourage, affirm, appreciate, empathize, listen actively. It's a lot of people, male and female, that don't do that at all. So they definitely don't listen actively, let alone encourage or appreciate.
Right.
And that goes a long way when you actually appreciate somebody. And even if you don't appreciate them 100%, act like it.
Yeah.
That might go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Do you think everybody has more than one, or
some people have more than one. I don't think everybody has all five.
right?
I'm a little special, but I think people have more than one. People who love to be touched in, it could be a nonverbal way, that can have body language. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the verbal way, hugs, kisses, holding hands, public affection, out in public. You ain't scared to hold my hand. You ain't scared to, hug up on me. I want to go on the dance floor and shake my ass on you. You ain't scared for that. You know what I'm saying? So, those are just things that I like, and I want you to be able to like it too.
Right.
Those are just things. So that's probably why I don't have a candidate. Um, but that's okay too, because right now I am truly working here. I'm working on self-love language. You know what I mean? Because right now that's the focus, and that really should be the focus at all times.
Right.
But because if we don't love ourselves, we can't love nobody else. So that's the main thing. We have to
True.
love ourselves, and so for those people who don't know the meaning of self-love languages, here you go. We have a little diagram for you. So for physical touch, things that make your body feel good and focus on your physical well-being. So that could be massages, a spa day, a soft blanket, moving your body, or skincare. For me, I love massages. I done went to the point where I'll go in the mall where the little men at the table, at the little chairs, and let them just get to working, because yes, rub on me. Not to be, sexual, but to get all my kinks out, because
And I want you to make me feel good.
yeah, make me feel good. With stress of the day and life be life, and you do need that. You need that. So, acts of service for self-love, doing things for yourself that make life easier and more structured. A lot of us don't do that. We so busy with the family or the kids or the husband or the parent or the job. So we don't take time to make things easier for ourselves. Examples: therapy, bing, bing, bing. So that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning, delegating, organizing, scheduling, planning, different things to make you better, because that's the whole thing about self-love, making yourself better. Receiving gifts, buying gifts for yourself, spending money on things that you enjoy, not you know what I mean, because once again, we're always helping others or always thinking of others. um and the list, I don't have to go back down the list, pinpointing who, because we already know: parents, etc. Words of affirmation, definitely giving yourself a pep talk, encouraging yourself. That's one thing, being in church, Lord knows, encourage yourself. um Sometimes we have to encourage ourselves. Sometimes we what sometimes we put ourselves down. Sometimes we wake up and we're negative Nancy's or negative Nicks, because we woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So always being positive or speaking positive and encouraging words to yourself. Always be your biggest cheerleader. Why? Because when it's all said and done, it's me, myself, and I. We came here by ourselves, we're gonna leave here by ourselves. You get
Right.
so disappointed, and this is one thing I'm learning myself. I get disappointed when I depend on others to do things that I expect for them to do or I expect they should know. So I can't keep doing that because I'm disappointing myself when I'm expecting someone to do something that I would do, you know. And then quality time, spend time alone with yourself or hobbies or what you love. Meditate, read, hobbies, you know, art,
Yeah.
something that you love. Like I said, the most valuable thing a person can do is love on themselves. Because once again, if you don't love you, you can't love nobody else. So that's I've learned that over time. Um, but I ain't finna take no shit either now. Let's keep it 100. We know self love, and I'm gonna have to sometimes, like I said on our very first podcast, what you tired of? Sometimes you be tired of yourself,
Yeah.
and some people need to be honest with themselves, which they're not. They look in the mirror and they put on their representative,
Mm-hmm.
and once they take their representative off, then the real person shows up. You got to be who you are. My grandmother always told me, 96 going on 97, you're going to have a whole bunch of people who love you, and you're going to have a whole bunch of people who don't like you. And it's okay. Always be yourself, because
Right.
those who really like you, they're going to like you for you. So that is our little segment on self love language. How you feel about the self love language?
Um, I agree with what you said. In terms of self love, I can relate to those things. I guess I just have issues uh with others, and by meaning with others, I mean significant others, like whoever you involved in a relationship
Yeah.
uh, with is where I have issues at. I don't have problems um, with other people and stuff like that. And with the self love thing, I guess it's hard for me to, you know, how you will buy something for somebody else, but you won't buy it for yourself. Like that's how that's how I am. So I'm learning to buy it for myself
Right.
as well. You know what I mean? Like, not that I don't treat myself, because I absolutely treat myself, um, but once you gave the examples of what those things were, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, girl, I'm definitely self-loving myself, because when it's all said and done, I think about different things. I think about my kids, they grown. And I think about all the things that I did for them growing up. And don't get me wrong, I love my kids. Anybody who know me, I love my kids. I probably love them too much because I do too much. But when I need, where you at? You understand? When I need you to do something for me, why I gotta wait? So I need you to demonstrate the same love that I demonstrate.
You can't do that though. That's the quickest way to let yourself down, is having the expectation, which you just said.
Exactly. And that's why I said me, myself.
Yeah. I think it kind of goes back to what Earl the Pearl said last week when we were talking about kids. And when
Hmm.
I was saying, don't do it, don't, particularly when it comes to kids, I think because kids get accustomed to you doing for them to the point where when you decide to pull away or to stop doing those behaviors, they act insolent like a 2 year old, because they're like, you've been doing it all this time, and all of a sudden, what you mean? No, all of a sudden,
Right.
and at this point, they 30 something years old. You like, I'm gonna
Talk
beat
about
your ass at 30 something years old. Like,
30 years old. I'm
yeah,
glad you brought that up. So just to run through, guys, of once again, the five love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service. I didn't ask you to do that. So I wish somebody would tell me they didn't ask me to do something after I done did something. Boy, I'll be done flip the table over.
That happened to me before. This dude told me that. I told him he asked me to. He was like, "I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't make you do anything."
Oh,
I was like, "Hey, say less, bro.
right.
You
Definitely
didn't
say less.
ask, and thou give it, and thou take it away.
Right.
Like you
Definitely
don't
say
have to
less.
worry about it."
Right. You ain't got to worry about it no more, sir. But okay, so quality time, and our physical touch and personal space. So, once again, how you talked about you don't like to be touched. Not everybody do. Not
Yeah.
everybody wants you touching on them, even if you're in a relationship. Not everybody feels like that.
And even when you went so far as to describe massages, I had a friend give me a gift certificate one year for a massage, and I felt terrible because I knew I would never use it. I knew I would never use it. I don't want nobody touching me. Like it look cute when people go for couples massages or they go for ladies' day or girls' spa day and all that stuff like that. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. And as bad as I want to have them put them rocks,
Oh yeah. Oh my
I
God, those are amazing, friend.
want to do it so bad.
You should.
But I first have to get out of my head about somebody touching me.
Okay, so let me suggest this when you get out your head with somebody touching you. Get
Hmm.
you a man. Don't get no girl. I mean, you can get a girl if you want a girl, but when I go, I don't want no girl. I want a man. So, yeah, and let them rub on you, and then ask them for the hot rocks. Oh my gosh, do you understand me? My back was hurting me so bad one time, and I just knew because from my car accident. So I just knew if I went and got the hot stones on my back, it will take the pain away. Honey, when I tell you I came out that bitch skipping and jumping, like doo 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 doo. So I will tell you that is about amazing, and it's thebomb.com. Um, but as you were talking about what you were talking about, let's talk about it. So let's talk about it. So on our segment about let's talk about it, guys, we talk about different things. We talk about shit that is alleged, as you see, allegedly going across the screen. So one thing that I do want to talk about, I want to talk about what's in reality right now. It's a lot going on. Of course, Diddy, I'm really tired of him. Do what you're gonna do with him and keep it moving because whatever distraction is coming or is behind that, I'm so sick of it. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Every time you turn around, it's did he do it? Yep, he did it. That's
Wait,
why his ass is locked up.
what about Cam and Jim Jones recently?
Oh, I don't know about Cam and Jim Jones, but I will tell you this. Now, remember, guys, all of this is alleged, and we are just speaking our opinions on the celebrity gossip and the celebrity news. We call the segment Let's Talk About It. Remember, hey, to the guys and girls who are watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Please like, subscribe, and comment. We appreciate each and every one of you. But back to what I was talking about. So I didn't hear about Cam and Jim Jones. You said Jim Jones, right? But what I
Yeah.
did watch earlier today, Cam Newton was on talking about he can no longer provide for his children, his 9 children, like he could back when he was playing football. And he furthermore talked about he used to be Superman and now he's just a man. So that's the part I want to talk about. So you've been a man from day one. Let me tell you about Cam Newton. One thing I don't like about him, I've never liked, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's a personal experience of why. Now,
Yeah,
him in his skill, in his sport, in his
that's
field,
different.
amazing. You understand? I can't take that from
Right.
him. But meeting
Right.
him, and this was years ago. Um, my little play nephew was in high. He was either in middle school or high school. He had to be in middle school because I know he wouldn't have responded like that if he was in high school. But we went to Six Flags, and here in Georgia. there are plenty of celebrities. There are plenty of people who live here who are on TV, right? And so my little nephew was fascinated by Cam Newton. And so this in particular day, Cam Newton was in the park. And so he done ran up to me, him and Chemo was like, oh, can we go over there? Cam Newton over there. Da, da, da. And you know me, I'm like, ain't nobody trying to go over there. I'm not impressed. I don't care. Celebrities don't float my boat. They're people just like we are. So if you
Right.
doing your thing, I'm gonna definitely congratulate and give you what you your props. But if you're an asshole and you're arrogant and you're a narcissist, I ain't got nothing for you, and I'm gonna tell you about it. That's why we got a segment talk about it. So I'm talking about it. So back to Cam. So my play nephew asked me, could they go? They went over there. He came back. They came back quickly, but he came back and his head was all down and he was looking sad. I'm like, what's wrong? He's talking about we went over there and I asked him, could I have an autograph? And he told me no. I said, what? He was like, yeah. And he actually was mean about it. I said, now see, that's fucked up. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you decided to put yourself in this platform. You understand? You got enough money to rent the park out when you want to rent the park out so that you don't have little kids running up to you asking you for autographs or having little kids trying to run up to you and talk to you. So being in a place like Six Flags, what you expect. And so that was the bad experience I had with Cam Newton. And, you know, I congratulate him for his podcast because that's what we doing. So I congratulate him for that. But he's a womanizer. And he thinks because he was an NFL player and blah blah and da da, you know, he can use that to get some pussy. And well, I might not should have used that word.
I'm like,
Well, I don't know which word I should have used, but forgive me, Facebook, YouTube.
he used it to his advantage. He
Yes,
used his status as an athlete to his advantage.
that part. So that is, you know, when it comes to, like I say, celebrities, they put themselves and people put themselves on a pedestal of higher than still being a human being. Because when it's all said and done, same thing like with Diddy, he thought he
Right.
would never get caught. But when it's all said and done, sir, you put your pants on just like every other African American male, and you forget you up there with the white folks, but you ain't them. So they don't want you to get too far. And when you allegedly sued that alcohol company, this is when your downfall started. So my thing with you
His
is plenty.
downfall started way before then, but his downfall started when he started being the asshole that he was.
Yeah, well, nobody told then. Nobody, everybody
No,
was scared.
they told. People said. People told.
Well, let me say this: nobody did nothing.
And nobody they because of the timing, because of who was in charge of what at the time. But
Right,
all those old guards are no longer at their posts to do the protection game. They can't play the protection game, and
right.
people don't know how to pivot and change their behaviors. Like it was, but even if he had changed his behaviors, look what happened to Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? Like them ladies came
Oh,
out years
swing,
and years later,
swinging, swinging.
um, mad as hell. Lady, if you mad about the cookies that you gave away 40 years ago, I just feel like some of them, some people are victims and some people are not. Some people were participants. There's a
I
difference between being a victim and a participant.
I agree.
And
I agree.
um, there were plenty of participants in R. Kelly, in Bill Cosby, in
I
Epstein, in Weinstein, in literally every case there is involving any of these celebrities. There were very willing participants in the foolishness.
right.
Uh, but
I definitely agree with you on that. I mean,
people told, I guess I just want to say for all of them, it's always somebody who said something. It's just the fact that people chose not to do anything at
right.
that time. Um, that's all. But shoot, people chose they had the right people in charge this time around. Somebody wanted to listen. Somebody was willing to listen, and
Right.
somebody was willing to waive the statutes of limitations on things. I think that's the bigger thing, is that there is a statute of limitations on crimes. So when
Right.
people are always like, "Why didn't they say nothing? They should have did this." Until you've been a victim of those types of crimes, you can't say to
Right.
somebody, "You should have said, you could have, you should have." Like, dude,
That I agree. I definitely agree with that. Like I say, a lot of them, like you said, were willing participants, and then
right?
there were some, that weren't. But
Yeah,
same
absolutely.
here.
So, which is why the stuff ends up coming out, because of the fact that there were so many people who absolutely didn't want any part of it. That's not what they came for. Me showing up to kick it and hang out is not
Right.
the same as me ending up with my butthole ripped open and regretting the fact, or not even remembering what
What
happened.
happened?
Knowing I've
Right.
been violated, but not really remember how and what happened.
Right. That,
Girl,
that part. So let's see. You know who Twitch is?
yeah, yeah.
So it's coming out that his wife, um, is basically exploiting him, and she's done
Yeah,
a lot of dirt. And
yeah.
once again, guys, all of this is alleged. So just as you see on the screen, allegedly, we do follow the copyright disclaimer, and on our segment of Let's Talk About It, we definitely talk about it. So I just think that's real messed up if that is the case. If she is exploiting him now. She tried to say he was on drugs, and all his family is coming out stating that that is not the case. So I just really hope, if
And her keeping the kids from,
away from the family,
yeah, yeah.
why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? That's his legacy left. Why would you do that?
I,
But
I,
I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, because I almost used a couple of words, the words that we know from Wisconsin, the PW and the K and yeah, almost, and the D. Yeah, I'm gonna lead them to where they at, because they almost flew up out my mouth. Um, but let's see here. Oh, let's see. Also, in Let's Talk About It celebrity news, Jay-Z won't take that DNA test for that boy Ramir, the oldest son that looked just like him. But
mhm.
the reason why they say that is because if he does take the DNA test, it's going to confirm that his mom was 15 when she got pregnant, and she had him at 16, which would make her a minor, where he says he hasn't messed with any minors. But talking about that, that's old too, because think about it. Back in the day, Elvis Presley, uh, Hugh Hefner, the Playboy Mansion, half of them young ladies was underage. You know what I mean? So it's been going on for years. And once again, it is what it is. They just all getting caught. Cat Williams brought it out, talking about he gonna tell it, and he told it, and it's all coming out. So shout out to Cat Williams, telling the truth for 2025. That is hilarious, hilarious, hilarious. Um, let's see. I see that they're talking about Zeus Network as well, talking about the owner is just like Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah,
and
let me.
exploiting. You know, my daughters watch that. I don't watch that. Like, I don't want to. I mean, cool. If it's time to get your ass whooped, bitch, because you talking too much, all right. But I'm all on video. You dragging her. Come on now.
I guess I'm just don't want to see the same light skinned big chin chick doing the same thing I seen her doing when she got in the game.
Yeah, well, that's a
And
lot of love.
it's been years now. It's like I don't know, but that's, you can't tell people what to like. People love that ratchet ass that ratchet ass television. They love it. Oh, Skylar calling me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Let's go on and get the wrap up. So once again, guys, we'd like to thank you. We do know coming up, starting today, it is the weekend for Dr. Martin Luther King. Of course, he had a dream. Are we
I want to
living in
talk
that
about what
dream?
I'm tired of. I'm with that. I'm tired. Let me tell you something. I'm
Okay.
tired.
All
I'm
right.
tired.
All right.
Not him having a dream. I'm tired of the way our country acknowledges or doesn't acknowledge him and his dreams. A friend of mine asked over the like Thursday. She was like, "Y'all ready for this 3-day weekend?" And I'm like, "What three? What's the week? What holiday is it?" And she was like, "Martin Luther King Jr. Day." And I was like, I haven't worked a job yet that recognizes MLK as a holiday. I've worked at jobs that allow you to choose a floating holiday, and you can choose that day as one of them. But to just automatically, unilaterally have us off that day, I haven't worked in any place that does that. And there are a lot of places not even closed for other holidays like the 4th of July and stuff like that. Some of them are just open. So I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of not having that as a paid holiday. Period. It should just be a paid fucking holiday.
And it should. You're very right. It should. And it should
Just
be
like
acknowledged.
Juneteenth Day. Juneteenth Day, it gets acknowledged, but it's not recognized as a national holiday where it's a paid day off. It should be a paid day off. Like, what's the point of having a national holiday if it's not a paid day off?
Right. I definitely agree with that. And I'm sorry that you haven't had or worked at a place where you do get it off. I mean, I have experienced that where you get it off, and I was shocked that we had it off because it's so uncommon to have it off.
Right.
But I feel you on what you're tired of. You're tired of that. I mean, but remember, just like in this slide right here, I have a dream. He had a dream that his 4 children will one day live in this nation where they will not be judged by their color, by their skin color, or by the content of their character. And the sad part is we still living in that today in 2025. We're getting ready to get a president back in office, that he cares less about your skin color, let alone your content of your character. He cares less. And I definitely, we talked about this before. We're going to do a segment on the inauguration. I don't believe that he should be going into office being a 34 convicted time felon. I thought by the law or constitution, being a felon, you couldn't be the president. So regardless of whatever and how much money he has or the lack thereof, he should not be allowed. Once again, that goes back to, let's talk about it. Celebrities. You shouldn't be allowed to do something just because you're who you are as a celebrity or you got a lot of money versus somebody who's a regular citizen and they're not qualified when they're more qualified than you, because once again, you're a convicted 34-time felon. You don't care. You break the law. You don't. Yeah, a lot of people say, people scared of Trump. I can't say what I want to say, but yeah, if I could stick them up, I would stick them up because that's, to me, you know what I'm saying? He ain't done nothing for me. He ain't done nothing for my kids. He ain't done nothing. My grandmother, 96. Lord willing, be 97. He's done nothing for her. Yeah, there you go, Trump. That's how we feel about it. But once again, that's neither here nor there. Prayerfully, one day our country will get it. One day that people won't be judged by their skin. Same thing, small businesses, African Americans, they're not willing to give them grants and loans like they do the Caucasian people. So once again, it's a discrimination one way or the other.
Yeah, or immigrants from another country. So on the one hand, we have politicians who speak negatively about immigrants, and then on the other hand, you got all types of policies put in place where the immigrants are able to come over here and benefit from things that are not offered to the citizens of this country, which is crazy.
It's definitely backwards. Did you see the controversy with Jasmine Crockett, the congresswoman that snapped on the white lady? Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
That's all
Um,
Dazzle Cracker do is snap. I
yeah, I
love
love
her.
her. I love her. I love her. She give it to them.
I
She don't
love
care.
her.
She gives it to them, and as she should,
Uh,
because
I
baby,
see I see a run for president in her future.
oh yeah, for sure, and she definitely has the power to win.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Once again, with that being said, thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King, for all that you did do for those like our parents, because of
Yeah.
course we weren't here in 1963, but we thank you so that we are able to get to where we are right now for this podcast, for small businesses, for things that we can achieve because of your dream. So we like to thank you for that, from what you're tired of. So, with that being said, I think we had a great segment today, Thundercat, on love languages. Just to recap, guys, we talked about love languages today versus reality. And,
We didn't
we
really
talked
talk
about,
about reality though. Because what's the reality versus the love language? Like, are people really speaking love languages, or is the reality that people just fucking and they're not trying to display any type of love language?
well, we're in a day and age where that's really where it is. It's either a lot of, what you say, knock them down. What you call it? Knock them
And not,
down. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a bunch of knocking down going on. More so than people really trying to learn who people are and turn something into a love that can be love
yeah.
language.
Or
Um,
even just
that part.
getting to know a person, just that process. I think that all of that has gotten lost because that's a love language as well. Like you said, spending time with somebody, or having conversations with them, just getting to know them, whether it turns into a love or a strong connection or a committed relationship, that remains to be seen. But just what's the point in um, having all these interactions? I saw a thing earlier this week that said it said something about strangers. Are we strangers with common interactions, or strangers with some shared experiences? That's what it was. You end up just being strangers with shared experiences
Right.
versus having an intimate connection with somebody.
Right.
You just end up being sexual.
Yeah.
So with
That-
nothing else to it. So it's just an empty sexual experience.
Now let's talk about that real quick when you're done. I'm sorry, because I just
Yeah,
thought about
I'm done. I'm done.
the principle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So, this is Guy principle. Definitely not in my caliber of the description that I go for. And he's his love language is definitely physical touch. And I don't have no love language for him. Not nothing. And I had to let the young man know that no, don't invite me over. Just invite me over.
wait
You're
a
gonna what you want to say?
minute. I'm sorry.
It's okay. What would you like to elaborate on?
I wasn't ready for you to say. I
Oh,
don't have no love language, man. I'm like, what?
yeah, nothing. Not a piece, not a nothing. And that's why you can't get it. You can't nothing. Like I
Saying that involved, never gonna get it, never gonna get it,
never
never
gonna
get
get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never get it.
it. Poor
Both.
thing. Poor
Yeah,
thing.
poor thing. So poor thing, but no, never gonna get it. So once again, guys, like I stated, we talked about love languages versus reality today. And once again, I have a dream, Dr. Martin Luther King. We'd like to thank you for all your services. And guys, we have come to the end of our podcast. we definitely want to thank you again, guys. We ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment, as well as tune us tune in next week for our segment on pet peeves. What you're tired of, pet peeves. What are your pet peeves that you're tired of? That will be our segment for next week, next Saturday at 8 p.m. We will do a Martin Luther King segment. We'll upload it for you guys, and we'll talk about what it meant to us, his dream so far. But once again, guys, thank you again. Thank you so much for tuning in to What You're Tired Of. We thank each and every one of you guys. We look forward to seeing you next week and every week from there on out. So once again, thank you again. Thundercat, you got anything you want to say before we head out?
No. Why the hell does my connection always do whatever it wants to do is what I want to know. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of that too. I'm so tired of that. Like, what the hell is going on? Look at it. Look at it. Can you even see it?
No, I just see
No.
that it has your there's nothing.
Right, and it's distorted.
But-
There's a distorted picture of on my end.
Oh no. Oh, now I see the chair. I can see the chair. But once again, guys, we'd like to thank you for watching our channel. We'll be back next Saturday at 8 p.m. You guys have a great evening. Have a great weekend as well. This is your girl Pitbull and Thundercat.
Yes.
And we out. Peace.
I wake up in the morning, got the world on my mind. Bills keep stacking and I'm falling, but